Steve, Forbes just walked into the studio on a big day, shall we say. It's inauguration day. What are you expecting in the next 4 years, Steve?
Well, I think there's going to be obviously setbacks along the way, but I think getting off to this kind of start is absolutely essential. The left is going to fight it in the courts and the like, but what Trump announced today, or not announced, but indicated on tariffs that they're going to take a measured approach, I think is reassuring to the world. And the big thing coming up is what decision he makes on tax cuts. Do you do it in a big omnibus bill? Do you split it up? Very, very critical since they have very, very thin margins in Congress. But the key thing is that to get these pro-growth things in place, especially a big fat tax cut, a beautiful tax cut, I think you set the stage for any kind of setbacks. They'll be set. China's going to test them. Putin's going to test them. And so it's not going to be done overnight. But I think the fact of the matter is he has an authority he didn't have in 2016, and that makes a huge difference. The world sees him differently today than they did 8 years ago, and Europe is a shadow. It never was very much of a threat, strength, but a shadow of what it was 8 years ago. They're looking, Japan's looking for the U.S. to do well economically, and they'll follow suit. If these programs work, they'll do what they did in the 80s after Reagan with his tax cuts. They'll put their own in.
The tax cuts obviously are really important for the economy and the markets. Tomorrow, he'll be the president. President Trump will meet with House and Senate Republicans. He's got to nail down those House Republicans and ensure absolute unity. That's the only way to get this stuff through, right?
That's right.
Well,
because
can he do it with such a razor-thin majority of Republicans?
It's not going to be just with negotiations with the House Republicans. It's going to be public opinion behind him. Ronald Reagan often said the best persuader in Capitol Hill was the heat of public opinion. So I think if he goes out there and tells Republicans, your representatives are dragging their feet, I think they're going to feel the fire of public opinion. And that's the only way they're going to get it. That's how Reagan got his program through in the early 80s when the establishment was against it. I think you're going to see the same kind of thing here. He's going to turn to the public, and they'll support him at critical moments in getting a big bill through. It's not enough just to preserve the status quo of the 2017 tax cuts. He has to have new ones to get this economy moving, especially if there are going to be some tariffs down the road.